Your gym pulls in $50,000 a month, members swiping their cards, auto renewals hitting like clockwork, 12 months a year of pure recurring revenue. You do the math, that's $600,000 a year just in membership dues. Sounds incredible, right? Now here's the part nobody talks about. After every single bill is paid, rent, payroll, equipment leases, utilities, insurance, software, marketing, you're left holding somewhere between $4,000 and $12,000 a month. That's it, on $600,000 in revenue. You might clear $80,000 a year. And if it's your first 2 years in business, you might not be clearing anything at all. So today, we're going to do something the fitness industry's glossy Instagram ads will never do. We're going to open your books, walk through exactly where the money comes in, exactly where it disappears, and land on the real number that hits your account at the end of the month. Let's get into it. Before the numbers make sense, you need to pick your model, because the gym you open determines the entire financial game you're playing. You've got 3 main paths. Path 1, you go independent. You find a space, sign a lease, buy or lease equipment, build it out, and run it yourself. No corporate fees, no brand support either. Your startup costs run between $100,000 and $300,000. You charge members somewhere in the $40 to $60 per month range. To make it work, you need volume, a lot of it. Path 2. You go boutique. Yoga, Pilates, spin, boxing, CrossFit. You pick a niche, you own it. Smaller space, fewer members, but you're charging $150 to $200 a month, or selling class packs at $30 a session. You don't need 800 members, you need 150 loyal ones. Your startup runs $75,000 to $200,000 depending on the build-out. Margins are better, churn is lower. The trade-off is your revenue ceiling is smaller. Path 3, you buy into a franchise. You get a brand, proven systems, national marketing. You also write the biggest check of the 3. More on that in a minute. For this breakdown, you're going independent, mid-size, around 5,000 square feet, 300 to 400 active members, standard pricing in a mid-tier US market. This is the gym most people actually open. And this is exactly where the math gets brutal. You found your space, you've got the capital, you're ready to sign. Here's what opening actually costs you. Your lease deposit alone. Commercial landlords typically want 3 to 6 months of rent upfront before you get the keys. If your monthly rent is $8,000, that's $24,000 to $48,000 before a single barbell is inside. Then the build-out hits. HVAC upgrades for a facility pushing 50 people sweating at once. Specialty rubber flooring, locker rooms, showers, electrical panel upgrades to run rows of treadmills and ellipticals simultaneously. Build-out runs $50,000 to well over $150,000, and contractors almost never land on the low end. Equipment. Buy it outright. $50,000 to $150,000 for a solid mid-size floor. Lease it instead, and you're paying $2,000 to $5,000 a month before you've collected a single membership fee. Licensing, permits, liability insurance, $5,000 to $15,000. 6 months of working capital. Because your landlord doesn't care that you only have 40 members in month 2. That reserve needs to be $30,000 to $60,000 sitting untouched. Gym management software, website, launch marketing, another $10,000 to $20,000. Total, you're in for a $150,000 to $400,000 before you open your doors. And even then, most gyms run at a loss for the first 12 to 18 months while the membership base builds. You're paying to exist before you start getting paid. All right, your gym is open. Members are coming in. Let's build your revenue stack. You have 350 members paying $55 a month. That's $19,250 landing in your account every single month from memberships alone. Not bad. But here's the thing the industry knows, and most first-time owners don't. Memberships alone won't make you profitable. The gyms that actually make real money don't rely on dues. They layer revenue on top. Your personal training program. This is the highest margin product inside your building. You price sessions at $70 to $90 an hour, and you take 40 to 60% of every session your trainers run. 20 regular PT clients, and you're pulling an extra $5,000 to $15,000 a month, on top of memberships. Industry data shows personal training generates 20 to 40% of total revenue in well-run gyms. Your group classes, HIIT boot camps, spin, yoga, you run these with a staff instructor, members pay an add-on fee, and you fill the same floor space you're already renting. Or you sublet the room to independent instructors who bring their own clients and pay you a flat room fee. Either way, the space earns twice. Your supplement display, protein, pre-workout, branded gear, margins aren't massive, but a rack near your front desk pulling $1,000 to $2,000 a month costs you zero additional square footage. Your annual maintenance fee, you auto-bill $50 to $75 once a year to every active member. On 350 members, that's $1,700 hitting your account on a single day. Stack all of it, and your gym is realistically generating $30,000 to $50,000 a month in total revenue. Now watch how fast that disappears. Here's your monthly cost reality, and a few of these will surprise you. Your rent. That 5,000 square foot space in a mid-tier market costs $6,000 to $12,000 a month. And here's the part most first-time gym owners miss. Commercial gym leases almost always run triple net. That means you pay base rent plus a proportional share of the building's property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs. That great deal at $8,000 a month can quietly become $9,500 once the NNN charges hit. Your payroll. This is the number that hits hardest. You need trainers, even part-time ones, a front desk person, a manager because you physically cannot be there 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, a cleaning crew, or a service contract. Add it up. $8,000 to $18,000 a month in payroll, representing 30 to 50% of your total operating costs. Your utilities. Air conditioning, a 5,000 square foot box with 50 people exercising inside it, plus rows of cardio machines running all day. Your electricity alone runs $1,500 to $3,500 a month. Add water for showers and locker rooms. Total utilities, $2,000 to $4,000 monthly. Your equipment maintenance. Treadmills break, cables snap, weights crack. Industry data puts average maintenance cost at roughly $500 per cardio machine per year. At 20 machines, that's $10,000 a year, nearly $1,000 a month, just to keep what you already paid for operational. Your insurance. General liability, property, workers' comp combined, budget $500 to $2,500 per month. Your software and processing fees, gym management platform, membership billing, scheduling, $200 to $600 a month. Then credit card processing takes 2.5 to 3% of every transaction. On $30,000 in monthly revenue, that's $750 to $900 going straight to Visa and MasterCard every single month. Your marketing. Members don't find you by accident. Google ads, Meta ads, local campaigns, referral programs. You're spending $1,000 to $3,000 a month just to keep the membership count from falling. Why is marketing non-negotiable? Because of what we're about to talk about. Stop everything for a second. Because this next number is the one that decides whether your gym survives, and almost nobody talks about it before they sign their lease. The fitness industry's average annual member retention rate is approximately 66%. Read that again. 66%. That means on average, 34% of your members cancel every single year, even if you're running a good gym. You have 350 members today. 12 months from now, without signing a single new member, you'll have roughly 230 left. That's 120 people walking out the door every year just from normal attrition. And replacing each one costs money. Industry benchmarks put member acquisition cost, your total marketing and sales spend per new paying member, between $50 and $200. Replace 120 members at $100 each. That's $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month just to stay at the same member count you started with. Here's what that means for your growth. A gym adding 10 new members a month with 34% annual churn will grow. Slowly. A gym with the same new member rate but 50% annual churn, the average for high-volume, low-price gyms, is running to stand still. That's why you see massive gyms with hundreds of check-ins a day that can barely show a profit. The front door is wide open, so is the back door. The boutique studio model cracks this problem. Churn in a well-run boutique studio runs 20 to 30% annually because members pay more, expect more, and feel connected. That community retention is the actual moat, not the equipment, not the location. Let's put real numbers on the table. Your gym pulls $38,000 per month in total revenue. That's memberships, personal training, supplement sales, the annual fee prorated across months. Your monthly costs, rent, $9,000, payroll, $13,000 utilities, $3,000 equipment maintenance, $900 insurance, $900 software and processing fees, $500 marketing, $1,500 miscellaneous, cleaning supplies, repairs, accounting, $800 total out, $30,200, $38,000 in, $30,200 out. Net profit, $7,800 per month. That's $93,600 a year before taxes. On a business where you wrote a check for $200,000 or more just to open, that took 18 months to become profitable, and that requires your attention 6 or 7 days a week. Is $93,000 a year bad? No. It's a real income, but it is not passive. It is not hands-off, and it leaves almost no buffer. One bad month, your HVAC unit dies in July, a burst pipe shuts you down for a week, a competing gym opens 3 blocks away with a 180-day promotion, and that $7,800 evaporates. Some months you're covering expenses out of savings. That's the honest reality of one location running at the industry average. The owners who escape this ceiling do something different. Here's the gap between the gym owner making $80,000 a year and the one making $300,000. You open a second location. 2 gyms don't double your workload. Your systems, your brand, your software, your manager infrastructure already exist. Your second location launches faster, fails less often, and reaches profitability quicker because you already solved the hard problems once. Your fixed overhead per location drops. Your total income climbs. You stop selling access and start selling transformation. The member paying you $55 a month for keycard access generates $660 a year. The member in a personal training package with the nutrition check-in generates $2,500 to $4,000 a year. Same square footage, same lease. Dramatically different revenue per square foot. The gyms with real margins are the ones that convert a meaningful percentage of their member base into higher ticket programs. You run lean everywhere. It doesn't affect retention. You audit every labor hour. You use software to eliminate unnecessary front desk shifts. You negotiate equipment leases. You cut amenities members don't actually value. The gap between 15% and 25% net margin on $40,000 a month in revenue is $4,000 a month, $48,000 a year, in additional income that comes purely from operational discipline, not from adding a single new member. You think about the exit. A gym with $100,000 in documented annual net profit and clean books typically sells for 2 to 3 times earnings. That's your gym as a $200,000 to $300,000 asset. Build 2 or 3 locations with clean financials and management systems that run without you. And your exit is a business worth $600,000 to over $1 million. What you take home every year is only part of the equation. The asset you're building the whole time is the other part, real quick, because there's a good chance you're weighing a franchise gym instead of going independent. The pitch is real. Instant brand recognition, national marketing, a proven playbook. So is the price tag. Your franchise fee, $20,000 to $50,000 up front. But that's just the entry. By the time construction requirements, mandated equipment packages, and working capital reserves are factored in, your total startup investment on a full-size franchise gym location runs $1.5 million to over $5 million. Then, from the first dollar your members pay you, the math changes. Royalties. 7% of gross membership dues, National Advertising Fund contribution, another 2%. Combined, 9% of every membership dollar goes back to the corporate office, before payroll, before rent, before anything else. On $500,000 in annual dues, that's $45,000 a year. Every year. For the life of your franchise agreement, what do you get for it? The brand works harder for you on day 1. Your ramp time is faster. Early member churn tends to be lower because people recognize the name before they walk in. What do you give up? Pricing is set. Programming is set. Operational standards are set. You're running someone else's playbook inside your 4 walls. It's not better or worse than going independent. It's a different risk profile, with a radically different capital requirement at the start. So, what actually lands in your pocket as a gym owner? If you're running a single mid-size independent location with a solid membership base, $50,000 to $100,000 a year. That's where most owners land. But if you're in a small boutique studio in your first 1 or 2 years, $30,000 to $50,000, or nothing at all while you build the member base. If you've got 2 or more locations, a real personal training program generating ancillary revenue, and you've got your costs dialed in, $150,000 to $250,000 a year. And if you're a multi-location operator with scalable systems and a team that runs the floor without you, $300,000 to $500,000 a year, plus the exit value of a business worth several times that when you eventually sell. Here's the pattern at every tier. The gym owners making real money are not the ones with the fanciest equipment or the biggest space. They're the ones who figured out that the membership fee is just the starting point. The real game is what you charge on top of it. How long you keep each member, and how efficiently you run the machine. The gym isn't a fitness business, it's a recurring revenue business with a lot of iron inside it, and if you run it that way, the math works in your favor. If this breakdown changed how you see this business, that's the kind of comment we want to hear below. And for our next video, we're pulling apart a business with a completely different cost structure but the same dangerous illusion. The revenue looks incredible until you see what's left. That one's already live. Go watch it.